He might be played as a 4, might be played in the safe lane as well, just against the Undying. They probably just want to match Undying Alina.
Radiant team
Could be
pick.
Alina middle,
Admiral
lanes really well
Kunkka.
against Leshrac. Kunkka. So probably Kunkka off lane and Leshrac middle, I'd assume. Makes the most sense. Very interesting pick though. We haven't seen super much Kunkka. When we have seen it, it was from Virtus Pro.
10 seconds remaining.
East Europe, of course, and he has always been doing so much work with that Aghanim shard,
5
the tidal
seconds
wave coming
remaining.
through, pulling all the enemies in. It's such a good
It's
shard,
crazy,
especially
yeah.
with Undying. It actually saves the tombstone as well. Like people want to hit it, you just push them away, and suddenly they're all out of position. Zombies keep spawning. It's a very good hero. I think it's a little bit underrated as well, especially in the offlane.
What makes you feel like, though, the Conqueror is going to be played in the offlane and the Lesh mid? Is there anything standing out?
Not in particular, but I just haven't really seen any mid Kunkkas do a lot of work
Radiant
compared to
team
offlane.
ban.
Like Kunkka line is a very strong lane. You got an Impale into a Torrent, into a Tidebringer. There's a lot of potential damage. But I like this Luna pickup a lot. Has high armor, lanes very well against Kunkka line. And if this is a Luna lane, could be a very strong safe lane. If it's a Luna Nyx Assassin lane, I'm a little worried for them. It's not a very strong lane. And they could get run over pretty easily there.
And that's kind of the issue. If a Luna gets run over, then the enemy team can kind of take over your jungle. And this is a carry that really thrives on being one of the best at flash farming in the jungle. So it's going to be important here for Team Mystery to really enable their Luna.
Yeah, but this is always the scary part when you pick a Nyx Assassin. He is known for being quite weak on the lane. Whether you send him on the off lane now or on the safe lane, he is going to have a hard time in those matchups. Like Undying beats him very easily, and Lion Kunkka is not an easy lane to lane into either. We might even see sort of like a tri lane here from Mystery to begin with, like for a minute or two, just to kind of secure the Luna.
It does feel like Luna is one of the few carries that can play in that tri lane because of the Luna Blessing. So do you feel like it's more like a defensive tri lane, or I guess we don't really see the in your dream hero at the moment, so we can't tell if they're going to go aggro.
Yeah, so the thing is, Nyx Lina is a very strong dual lane, right? You have the Impale into the LSA after that, plus all the Luna damage. And if a Kunkka is shut down, he has a comeback mechanic, but you really don't want to play behind as a Kunkka, because like, you want to get your 6 fast, you want to get your level 9 or 10 even fast, because you want to have that high level X mark, so you can start ganking properly. Shutting down a Kunkka in lane is very strong. Ember, okay. So it's Ember middle. It's a good Ember game other than Lion. Lion is just this one little thing he has to be careful about. But the other 3 heroes, they have nothing against Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and if Mercury is going to be able to play, he's got to be super aggressive, right? Like we saw actually in game 1 previously, Ember was just jumping instantly on top of the Lion. If you're able to deal with him, it's a lot of their catch. Can't really deal with someone who's up in your face, and this could really then enable the Luna to swing on forward and kind of deal with that tombstone.
100%. And you can see their lineup. They have a ton of stuns, a ton of disables. If they get to this mid game without a huge disadvantage, I think their lineup is really, really strong. The teamfight is good. The initiation is good. Once they get the BKBs up, it's going to be a little tough here for Galaxy to play these mid game teamfights.
Is there a carry that might be able to enable them through the mid game teamfights here potentially?
It's tough. Like there's a hero like Void who adds teamfight and stuns. It's just they don't have the most damage for it, so they would have to play for like the late game portion of the game. Maybe a more aggressive choice would be nicer to kind of invade the Luna's jungle. But it's a tough carry pick. Lifestealer.
Choose your hero.
Okay.
I mean, it's good. Lanes very well against Dragon Knight. Doesn't really answer the Ember Spirits, so it's pretty much all on Lion for that. Like he will have to get a fast blink. It's actually the offlane Leshrac. So it's a Lion Leshrac lane. Now, if they try and this lane, it's going to be impossible for them to lane. Like Lesh Lion cannot do anything against the tri lane. So they have to be very careful of Mystery's response here to this draft adjustment.
It does feel like if they go aggro try, then Xiao Yu against the Lifestealer is going to be sacked pretty heavily, but you're you're very happy with the Luna just taking over that lane, getting, you know, early treads, Mask of Madness, farming at an incredible rate over in your Dreams Lifestealer. So I'm excited to see how Mystery really want to set up the lanes here. How are you feeling about this game one draft? Is there a side your favorite?
I actually quite like this lifesteal last pick, depending on how the lanes go. He's gonna free farm no matter what. I'm just a little bit scared about this Leshrac. Like, he's the pace setter of the game pretty much. If he's shut down, they'll have a hard time pushing towers. And as we said, the Lion is the only answer to his Ember Spirit. If he's shut down together with the Leshrac, Ember might get a really fast Maelstrom BKB and he might just run over them. It's actually a very even draft.
Yeah, well,
which is good news.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want. I mean, the first series was a bit one-sided for 496. Heading into it, I think a lot of people would be favoring Galaxy Racer, but the draft looking as even as it is, I'm excited for. I'm also incredibly excited that we get to see Yocam Lion. Like, he just, through the lower division, Yocam coming back, he took about a year break here for this player, and he just looked incredible through the Loot Bet Pro Series. His Lion was just formidable, and you're saying that he is the person to catch the Ember. If they get that first initial stun, then there's going to be a little bit of follow-up afterwards, but it all comes down to the fact is if Lion can be the answer to the Ember. And I've seen previously in that second season of the lower division that Yocam can definitely play that role. It's just the question is if it can do it in this game.
Yeah, it's not an easy task. It's a TI qualifier, so there's definitely a lot of things at stake as well. We'll have to see how they deal with it. Jocam, when I played with him, he had a little bit of nerves, I think you could call it, when we had a major qualifier. After that, he decided to take quite an extended break. Now he's back stronger than ever, so I'm very excited to see this new version of him.
He's definitely stronger than ever. Again, like with how he was performing through that lower division, it was incredibly impressive for him. And Galaxy Racer as well. They kind of were a bit rocky with their roster, you know, Alacrity and In Your Dream, you know, kind of switching up back and forth. They were playing with KYXY. You know, they then moved Mizu to the off lane again. You know, he hasn't played this role in his career of Dota, but he's been looking incredibly strong on the position 3. But he's on the Leshrac, which do you feel like there was a while we were seeing a lot of Leshracs, you know, in the off lane. Teams Alliance actually favor this hero pretty heavily on hand skin as a 4, but how do you feel like Mizu is going to be able to fare with this Lesh?
It's a very good 4 hero because a lot of off lanes are brawlers like Dragon Knight and such. That putting him in position 3 works if you have a good brawler type of hero, like a Tusk, something that can set up for you. We have even seen OG playing like a +4 Dragon Knight. You just want to have some sort of setup, which of course Lion is, but he can't do the front line for you in the lane. So he's not that sort of hero that can soak the damage for you, which is what Leshrac really needs. And that's the only reason why I'm a little bit scared for this Leshrac. Of course, if it's just a dual lane, which it seems to be a Nyx Assassin Luna, that is a very easy lane to deal with. Lion, Leshrac could run over this, no problem.
See, how's this mid matchup going to fare though? The Ember versus the Conquer, you know, Mercury on a hero that he's going to try and look to pop off on there, and Alacrity with the Stellar Conquer. Is there kind of a matchup you'd favor between these two?
The very standard mid matchup for like the last 2 years already. It's a very 50-50 matchup as well. You just farm, both heroes just farm, you get level 6, and then start rotating. Oh, the Luna's actually getting very low here.
MKS, couple more right clicks, no. Unable to go deep onto the tower there. So I guess the one thing that is going to be nice here for Galaxy Racer in this lane is that the Earth Spike set up for the split Earth. So if they're able to catch kind of the Luna out of position, you see it's very difficult under the tower here. So this is going to be important for Wayne on how he's able to keep the creepy equilibrium.
Yeah, we spoke about what happens if they try lane. We didn't speak about what happens if they just lane a Nyx Luna there. This is going to be incredibly tough. Double range, Luna gets outranged heavily, so does Nyx Assassin. He even skilled Mana Burn because he knows they just can't be aggressive at all.
So are you a fan of this setup then for Mystery? Like putting a little bit more emphasis on Xiao Yu having a good time? Like we were saying, the Lina as a laning support deals very well with the Undying. Just a range, not a strength hero, so able to harass pretty decently. But do you feel like they're not enabling the Luna as much?
Yes, but I think it's also good because Dragon Knight is sort of the early game pusher they have. He wants to get fast 6 and start pressuring the map. Luna has a choice of just skilling her passives and then retreating back to the jungle for a while the team makes space for her.
Yeah, and then you can have kind of like Mercury's Ember once he hits, potentially level 6. He can even get active and kind of rotate to the Dragon Knight once he's got that older dragon form to help take these towers. But, it does feel like Galaxy Racer, they're also going to be able to keep these towers alive very early on. Like the Undying factor is, it's so scary to dive a tower deep without getting that quick burst kill. Because if you don't deal with the Undying, that Tombstone slowly starts to drag on, then how are you going to be able to deal with that?
Yeah, this Undying pick has been addressed with only the Lina pretty much. And if your support hero counters the Undying, it's a little bit tricky. Because Lina is not a hero that can just run in and hit the Tombstone, right? In a team fight. You'll get stunned, you'll get killed really fast.
So far, though, pretty even start in the lanes. I mean, is there a lane we feel like we might see first blood?
Your admiral is on board.
Probably top. Good aggression on the Undying, he's getting very low.
Hello. One more right clicks, QWE.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, you see, I mean, honestly, in your dream with how he was playing there, just recognizing kind of needs to keep right-clicking the Lina. If he doesn't do so, then Lina's not going to feel too pressured to keep running down Polosum. But the fact that they're getting a lot out of this lane, like DK 16 last hits, and they're actually going to find the LSA after the Dragon Tail setup. Usually the lifestealer into DK lane is very, very favorable, but you just see how you're able to play with this duo. Mystery looking solid at the moment.
I mean, Lina is just a ridiculously strong hero. No offense to anyone, but whenever I have to play post-form pups, I just pick Lina because it's a pretty dumb hero concept. You just stun a guy and you right-click him with Fiery Soul. you just don't lose any trade.
Yeah, it seems like both side lanes have that capability where you just got to point target stun, set up for that skill shot, you just right-click him down. I mean, it's definitely a lot easier here for the Lina with that Fiery Soul, but there's
yeah. I'm a little surprised about the Luna doing so well, to be honest. Stun on the Nyx.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Wayne. They got this Edict level 2, yeah, so it's taking him down. Even MKS actually has to be pretty careful. Nice double impale. Wayne still will fall. It's going to be Mizu to claim first blood in this game 1. And you see, I was highlighting the creep equilibrium. It's so important here for this lane. And, when it's not in a favorable position here for Team Mystery, they're going to get punished.
Yep. How are you going to get it back? Like, your small camp finally spawned, but like, Luna is not doing super terribly. At least she has something. Could be a lot worse. But yeah, now mana boots online on the Leshrac. So mana burn is not even an issue anymore. It's gonna just get tougher from here on out.
What has the Luna gone for as well? So she has gone Wraithband, but now has the Treads into the Mask of Madness queued up. So, this early stat item kind of helping out at least in the lane early, but recognizing now she needs to kind of scale up with her items to try and flash farm.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just forgoes the Treads and just goes straight into the Mom. To be able to farm up quickly. But the problem with that also is, that's the power of an offlane Leshrac. Just like a mid Leshrac, if you leave to the jungle, the tower is gone. Almost instantly. Like
the Nyx Assassin is not a support who's kind of able to play that lane. Like, yeah, you're happy with soaking experience, but you don't have a way to shove out the lane like someone like a Wyvern or even a Lina as well. So the pressure's going to start to rise here, especially even with Alacrity coming down with this Conquer.
Yeah, I don't know if he's looking for... They definitely know the Conquer is coming, so that might just be a wasted rotation here. Yeah, running back to mid straight away. And now this is where we look at. Is Conquer going to be able to accomplish more, or Ember Spirit? Who's going to start rotating first? Level 4 Flame Guard Ember Spirit? He probably can't gank around the map too well with that sort of skill build. More like a farming kind of skill build. Interesting.
Yeah, do you feel like you kind of would have preferred a more active Ember with this skill build?
Yeah, I think 1-4-1 skill build would have been better here, just so he can pressure the side lanes. But if he gets away with it, he will get really strong come mid game. So it seems like they're all just setting up for the mid game here. Kunkka to ping top.
Xiao Yu, it's in trouble. Alacrity, it's got that bow. It's going to be able to chuck it. I mean, Xiao Yu's really tanky. Tread, Soul Ring, with the backup of the Linas a little bit too far away. Xiao Yu standing his ground, and he will not go for a TP, and is not going to get the help of QWE as well. So that's going to be the second kill for Galaxy Racer. A great rotation from Alacrity's Kunkka.
Yep. The level 1 Dragon Tail also such a long cooldown. He used it under the tower to deny CS from the Lifestealer, so he doesn't have that option of the TP out. Good recognition there from Kunkka.
Down
bot 2. Mizu just picked up that level 6, and Wayne's going to get chased down, so a very early net worth lead, and yeah, they're going to be able to continue to dive. They've got the creep wave, going to glyph it up, so Mizu's not going to tank the tower, and he's got plenty of mana to play with. Arcane 1, Raindrops is easily able to chase on through, and this is worrying, because you get 2 quick kills, you've got another round of the Edict, which is already level 3, and that's going to be a full creep wave to come under the tower, so this could be a lot of pressure early on the tier 1.
Yeah, he just reached level 7 with that. That's an Edict, Glyph popped. There's plenty more where that came from. 20 seconds cooldown. And there's no response to this. As we said, Ember Spirit can't really rotate against the Leshrac with that skill build. He'll actually just die to the Edict Pulse Nova combination.
And they're thinking about setting up on Mercury. Yokam. They get the torrent flow up, and now with the boat, you were highlighting Wine. He has to be that X factor to deal with Mercury, and early on, Yokam showing up there. Great use of the stun, already level 5 on both the supports on Galaxy Racer.
Radiant's bottom tower
and
is
if we
under
look at the
attack.
gold advantage, it's 3k in just under 9 minutes. It's incredibly high. They have a good ancient stack here, but they have to protect it really well. This Kunkka can just steal it very easily.
Yeah, Radiant,
He's actually making his way there.
they've got the ward in the area. Maybe if they had Tombstone on Polosun, they might feel a little bit more content with thinking about taking the stack, but they're going to bring the numbers, recognizing that's the big objective. You have to keep the stacks alive for the Luna. You're even going to be able to net yourself 2 kills on the supports as well. So, I mean, it does drag Mystery away from putting pressure on the tier 1 tower top with that Elder Dragon form, but again, you get 2 kills and you protect the stack.
Yeah, but it's a problem if you commit for threats while losing the lane. Now he doesn't have the mom to farm this huge ancient stack, and there's plenty of time for Galaxy Racer to set up a game plan here to try to take that away from him. The teamfight is not that scary right now. Leshrac, Kunkka, even with a Lifestealer potentially healing him up, it's almost unbeatable at this point.
Radiant. They've got Mercury swinging on top. This tower might fall before they can get an extra number to join them in the big team fight here. There's the stun once again, followed up with the split earth. Do they have the damage to go through and the lockdown? They do with the hex, the burst, the infest, the quick remnant away. Mercury, is he back to safety? One more right click. No, it's not enough. Mercury just gets away. And now they're going to be careful though. The tower's going to fall. Alacrity, level 11 already.
Yeah, he has been farming up a storm. That's Kunkka for you.
Yeah.
Like, that hero farms incredibly fast, and they're actually setting up for the stack now. Now, what's your answer here? If you lose this stack, it's going to be tough to go into the mid game here. And half of it is already gone.
Like,
what's the answer, guys?
I mean, Polo's nearby as well. And look at the observe what they placed as well from Dire. That is very difficult to be able to D-ward.
It's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I play pos 5 there, I'll never see that one.
You see, he can't find it. Couriers, maybe? There we go.
I got it.
But, like, now it's freed up mid. They get a T1 tower. They'll miss the kill on Mercury, but that's now... It's going to be all your T1 towers now claimed once bot gets destroyed, and this is just a big advantage that Galaxy Racer have.
For sure. Like, this Leshrac pick early paid off a lot because of the lane step they had. Making very good use of it. Now up 5,000 gold already. All 3 cores at the top of the net worth. It's gonna be pretty tough to come back here for them, the Radiant side.
What do you feel like is the way that Radiant can come back? Is this just, you know, all your eggs are in the basket of Luna somehow flash farming and, you know, getting to that net worth where she's going to be a powerhouse, or?
It will have to be the DK Blink. It's just I feel like he feels a little bit bad this game. Like there isn't anyone he can really easily play with. Sure, the Lina, but what after that? You know, like Lina, DK alone, they can't kill a Kunkka. Kunkka, another X mark.
Jiayu has got some
fingers
boys
well.
on the backup,
Radiant's middle
but
tower
it
is
doesn't
under attack.
matter. He's gonna get ripped apart here. Jiayu, that blink timing, getting later and later. But Mystery, they're still looking to try and at least get a revenge kill here, and they will onto Yokem's Lion. So Mystery, Mercury's able to pick that up. What is he going for? Okay, Maelstrom's gonna be his item.
Dire's top tower
Yeah, they
is
need
under
more
attack.
early game damage, but that leaves you very, very. What's the word? You
Top.
know what I mean?
Wayne. Looks like he'll just
get
belt the
beaten
split.
up.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is Tyrone actually just misses QWE. He doesn't have a TP, so he just has to kind of hope that Alacrity doesn't find him in this tree line.
He's walking towards
Oh
him.
no. Okay, he's okay.
Okay, I need a quick English lesson here.
Oh,
If you're very vulnerable to something, you're very
Susceptible?
susceptible. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Sorry, and thank you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
for a second I'm like, oh, I might not know this here.
Nah, you know. Don't worry. I would never put you on the spot. I don't know.
You put me on the spot.
Co-caster. No,
I gotcha. Don't worry.
Okay, Luna is not itemizing into BKB, going Yasha into BKB. Okay. What about Ember Spirit? He's also going for the scaling item first, so they won't have any early BKBs. And now the smoke up here.
With this,
Nyx, Lina, DK. Who can they find? If they find Leshak, it would be the best kill they can possibly get.
Polo's falling pretty low as well. They're going to cut off the retreat. Jiayu revealing the blink. Great two-man stun as well. The boat's going to fly, but the run buff not enough to keep the Lesh alive. A little bit too late there from Alacrity. But a great use of the tombstone on the high gun. Means that Mystery have to disengage here. Will cost them the kill on the Nyx assassin, but hey, you get a reveal. You're giving some space to the Luna, who's catching up in farm up top. So we will see at least the 1-for-1 trade. But it feels like the big issue though is the fact that Galaxy Racer have such a solid start in this game. You take a look at the line, it is about one creep away from the blink. Black, this is going to be real big issues here for Mystery.
Yeah, we said how important that blink timing was to catch this Ember and to catch this backline. He already has it at 14 minutes. It's an incredible timing. He's only level 9. Like, he doesn't even have a max tax.
Radiant's
It's
bottom
very rare to
tower
see
is
this,
under attack.
but he has been having a phenomenal game for himself here.
Been trying to smoke up. They will run into MKS. Alacrity, can he just get in range, playing around with the fog?
He's so fast.
Yeah, that observer would a bit too late, unfortunately, with the Undying getting dropped. And now they're actually thinking of coming over on Mystery, but it's just Mercury and Wayne. They really need that DK in the right position to be able to get the jump. He's on the backstab. Catch out the Undying. So another kill coming towards the side of Radiant. They might even be able to find more as well. Mizu, pretty hard to bring down with the mechanism. Very tanky. Even with the backline, Infest Bomb's going to fly out from Yokam and in your dream. Great kill, bringing down MKS. Mercury will be able to get back to safety, but just continuing to find these key targets is Galaxy Racer.
Yep, the blink reveal, a very successful one. Double impale, and also acting as an infest taxi, I guess you could say. And this is a very, very scary combo going into this mid game. Lifesteal is very strong. Anyone line hexes, he'll just die. Maybe not the DK, but the rest of the cast will.
I mean, what is... Okay, so Luna has got that Yasha completed, so once you get the BKB, maybe you're going to be able to stand your ground a little bit more. You might be vulnerable to this maneuver from Galaxy Racer, though. They've got 3 heroes, even dropping the tombstone, but whew, look at that damage, man. It's often we see DK is pretty tanky, but Mizu can just rip you apart.
Yeah, you are not tanky against Flash Golem like on any hero. The damage amplification is just crazy.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
One of the strongest anti-tank heroes in the game, which is also, again, why it's very good against Dragon Knight. They picked it in response, and it's paying off so much in this game.
Yeah, I was surprised at how well the lane went, but I think this is just the Lina matchup versus the Undying the lane, where we didn't really see the...
It is.
Yeah. And now, though, it's kind of back and forth here, which Undying's actually gone for the Holy Locket. So this, of course, the build we've seen pretty frequently on the Wyvern at the Major, and now Undying as well. 4-point Soul Rip. It's going to be very difficult for Radiant to go through these heroes. You've got the run buff, Conquer, 2200 HP. Lesh has got Greaves now completed as well.
Yeah, it's a very big burst heal. It's 600 HP from the Soul Rip, and then another, I don't even know how much from the Holy Locket. Get like 300, what, like another 400? It's like 1,000 burst heal.
Yeah, that's stupid. That's just...
Yeah, it is a lot of heal. But they're smoked up here with the Dragon Knight. Who can they catch? Lion would be the perfect one.
Oh, they're going to go on Flesh instead. Yokem, blink back. Still, Mizu falling low. Can they bring him down? Greaves has already been used here. And once again, Alacrity with the boat. A little bit too late to be able to keep the Leshrac alive, but instead he's going to use it aggressively to lock in Xiaoyu, Infest as well. As they'll find a second QWE. Can he get the TP out? He cannot. An X drag back. He will not be triumphant in a quick TP. And they've even found a fourth hero here. Ember, Torrent follow-up. I think that's all of their lockdown, but they're draining all his mana. And move the Centaur. Oh no. A Remnant up, but they should be able to follow up here on Yokem, and that they do. They deal with Mizu's Leshrac, but you just see they dish out all their damage to bring down one, and that's all they have left in the tank.
Yeah, we spoke about the damage issues coming into the mid game. It's very, very obvious there. Lifesteal was just an inch away from infesting that Leshrac, and then he won't die either with that burst heal, of course. And there's just no damage. You kill one core, as you said. How do you deal with the others?
Radiant structures.
Now, once these towers keep falling as well, it's really going to limit the space here for MKS. I mean, again, we're really just hoping that this BKB gets picked up at a decent timing, but if the way that Galaxy Racer are looking, do you feel like they could pressure Roshan? And well, in fact, they're going to do just that.
Yeah, Flash Golem is super good against against Roche. And I don't really think Mystery have any intention here of trying to fight there. Against Tombstone at the Roche pit, you don't have any sort of BKBs. That would just be digging your own grave, essentially. But now this lifesteal with an Aegis, almost satanic, finished up on him as well. I like that item choice quite a lot. Satanic is just a broken item on Strength Heroes, honestly. It gives like 80 damage, infinite sustain. It's a great answer to most things. You can dispel the shackles with it.
Death tax.
Yeah, the basic dispel which they added feels like that item just skyrocketed in value. And like you said, against with a lot of these strength heroes, the damage that you're able to find, it's definitely something that you can't look away from. I mean, Dire now, they can just get pretty methodical with how they want to take these objectives, but potentially to mid, with that Aegis advantage, it's going to put them in a very comfortable position.
What are we looking here at item timings? Luna, another 1,000 gold away from her BKB, so that's good. Same for DK. And Ember is not even going for one cost. His game isn't good enough. This Ember is gonna feel very sad, but they might have to defend the high ground here. Lash is running up there right now, but never mind. Mercury TPing back already, so that's good enough. And now, next mid tower. As you said, very methodical.
They're actually gonna smoke up. Guys, he's looking to try and see
a 1-2 punch. A quick combination here. Who can they catch? I like this kind of play though. Like they're showing the two strongest cores in the mid lane, and the other three are smoking up.
Oh no, MKS. Oh, they found him. This is disastrous. You're trying to get some space for the BKB. He's so close to it as well. Just about 150 gold. Oh no. MKS will fall, and they get that tier 2 tower, like you were saying, showing the two most powerful heroes mid, kind of not revealing of this smoke maneuver. So now, meanwhile, you get the pick off, Mizu catching up with the creep wave top, and just continue playing with this methodical game where they should be able to claim the last outer tower.
Yeah, it was a very fast move that they just didn't expect it at all on the Team Mystery side. Like they were posturing very, very aggressively. They even went up for the high ground a little bit. And they were like, yeah, they're probably all behind them. Nope, they were not. They were just setting up for you all along. And 100 gold off the BKB. That hurts. That hurts the most. And you're so close, yet so far away.
It feels like we're just kind of we're just grasping for straws here, aren't we, with this BKB? Like, realistically, like, how do we feel is the probability of them actually kind of turning this around even with BKBs?
Radiant's top tower
It's
is
going
under
to be
attack.
incredibly hard. Lifestealer has 3.2k health with a Satanic,
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
a Greaves Lashrock behind him, a boat buff.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now you gotta mount the high ground defense here.
Oh, you got
Lashrock
shot
online as
too.
well. Yeah.
Like, it's just... And Dire can just kite the fight back behind their high ground, where you drop Tombstone, you've got so much sustain. Like, how do you start? It's going to be so difficult. They'll try. They jump on Lesh, but the instant X back, great use of the save from Alacrity. And now that's BKB wasted.
Yeah, exactly. He used BKB and that's the hard commit.
There's the stun. No! He's going to get caught out from the Split Earth. Hex follow-up. Is there any extra damage? They sucked him dry of all his mana, so we can't use the Remnant. Nice use of the stun. And they'll bring him down. Finger of Death to claim it. And he doesn't have a buyback. I mean, Luna's BKB has been completed. They're lacking the creeps, but they're about to come on forward.
Yeah, it was a huge outplay. Like, I think he might not have clicked on the Lashrock to see if he's X-marked or not. But he used his BKB in the initiation. They just X-mark, disengage, and they're like, alright. Use the 4k gold at him.
Like, you see how the positioning, it's so awkward with this Split Earth. It's so stupid.
He didn't even take the talent. He took the 4 armor talent, not the radius.
Oh my. That's just...
Could be even bigger.
He doesn't even need it. It's...
Ah! This is where they come back. A slight miscommunication here. Lashrock did not get X-marked when he TP'd back to base. Obviously, Galaxy Racer's crumbling here.
Oh no, Galaxy Racer, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah.
Like,
You're playing so well and then this? Ah,
one
come
mistake.
on.
Invisibility.
Who are we flaming here? Is this Mizu not, you know, communicating to Alacrity? Is or Alacrity just not on the ball?
I just flame both. Good old Dota Spirit.
The classic. No, it's your fault. No, it's your fault. What are you talking about? It's not my fault.
Is it our fault? No, it's never my
It's
fault.
your fault? No, it's never my fault. Wayne?
Nyx is trying to get something going, but what can you get going? Where's the damage? There's no Lashrock though.
MKS, they might force a BKB here. X drag back, stun lock. You might not even be able to get the BKB off. MKS's positioning. He's got to get punished there as... I mean... now you're a high ground. It's getting sieged once again. You'll try and jump the Lifestealer, who... It's... You're really chipping him down. That's all you're doing.
Yep, man, he's healing up inside of Alacrity. Back to full health already.
Cam.
Ooh, that was
Finish on the
close.
stun. Xiao Yu popping the BKB. They'll try and do it with the Lion. That's a nice target to bring down, but a great use of the Glimmer Cape. Cam. It's actually the Shadow Emir. Hasn't even got that one completed just yet. But, like, now how do you take this fight? Tombstone dropped on the high ground. You could just bait this. If anyone comes in the area, you're going to get connected with the Split Earth, or you can follow up from the Lion. Yes, Luna's back alive, but this is grave territory.
Yeah, I think they'll probably want to reset a little bit here. Like, they have nothing to gain anymore here, Galaxy. They don't need to close out the game. They can just farm everything around it. It is really on Team Mystery to get out of the base somehow. This Luna just doesn't feel strong enough. None of them do. They don't have damage. This Undying, this Conquer, even Lifesteal can heal you too. They have like 3 sources of damage mitigation / heal. It's just too much.
Well, they're going to try and make a play. Smoked up. Seeing for a pick-off, but... Well, not now. I believe that gets revealed if they're positioning with dropping that sentry. And well, Galaxy, they can walk up. They've got a catapult wave. Xiao Yu blink on the backline, but instantly followed up thanks to the Lion stun. A great Ela save. Laguna Blade. They're going to end up losing Yokan, but it's still going to cost them their Dragonite with a secondary target of the Nyx Assassin falling too. He does have a buyback. Looking to rejoin them, but again, like, it feels like the only person you're going to bring down is that Lion. You are never going through these cores.
Yeah, DK went in a little bit prematurely. Like, his BKB was on cooldown for 2 seconds.
Full set
He
around.
just got blown up.
Middle barracks has
Well,
fallen.
second line of Rex gone. Now they just back off. No need to force anything without your source of initiation. Back to farm. Lifestealer 300 gold away from that Skadi. Gonna put him up to like 4,000 health.
Oh my god.
items are just coming through. Another 1,000 gold away for the Assault Cuirass on the Conquer. Just getting huge items left and right now.
What do we feel like was the big turning point in this game? Was it just Galaxy Racer kind of outplaying their lanes and with those maneuvers from Alacrity, or?
Yeah, I really think it was just all about the lanes. Like, I really think that the Trident setup would have served them much better. As another last, what we like to call desperation smoke. See what they can do.
Jump in, but it's got Polis into the high ground. It's a lot of bursts, and they're going to be able to bring him down. But now with the Tombstone, they need to deal with this, otherwise a long drawn-out fight. It was the MKS is getting ripped apart. The BKB will do nothing. In Your Dream changes his target to try and find Wayne. It does force them away from Mizu, though, who's either going to buy back and look to rejoin from the tier 1 tower, but Mercury, another right click. That's Scardy slow, and they just call it quits. What a convincing game 1 here from Galaxy Racer.
Yep. Absolute stompage on all 3 lanes, really. Like, they just outplayed Team Mystery from start to finish. Not much to say about it.
Yeah, you're kind of impressed. We were saying that Luna lane kind of went a little bit better than we were expecting with how the Lion and Leshka played, and even though Team Mystery as well with their off lane, with the Lena and the DK had a pretty good lane setup, but I guess this is just Mercury just wasn't able to put enough pressure on the map. That skill build, maxing out the Flame Guard where it felt like they needed someone to get active early, might have kind of been the issue there.
Yeah, 100%. Like, DK can't be the one. Luna will not be the one. Nyx Assassin is level 6 to do it. It's really all on that Ember Spirit that they picked into the Kanka matchup. And unfortunately, it was just a little bit too much on him. Every time he rotated, they rotated as well on Galaxy Racer, and he couldn't find any early sort of kills or rotations at all. And then he just ended up losing 3 lanes, lost all 3 towers super early, and there's just really, with a farm-heavy lineup like this, there's no coming back from losing so much map control early. Yeah,
when you've got a lineup that can take towers so easy with the Leshrac and the advantage that you had early on, it's just, I felt like there was, unfortunately, it was a great position for Mystery to be in, and it just wasn't enough for them. The PKPs kept getting delayed later and later, and once they got them, it was too late. It didn't even matter then. Great itemization overall from Galaxy Racer, and incredible game 1 performance as well from them. They're going to be able to take this very convincingly here, and guys, you got to keep in mind, I mean, this is just every team here in the lower bracket, they've got one opportunity. Their backs against the wall now for Mystery. They have to win the next game, or we're going to see our second 2-0 of the night. So we're going to send this one over to a quick break with game 2 coming up shortly.